You have 1 week until Saturn goes into Aries. Here's what it means. And no, it probably does not mean that if you have Saturn in Aries, your Saturn return is starting. You may have been lied to about that. I just filmed a YouTube video about this going deeper because I can only say so much in a TikTok. But to back that up with receipts, if your Saturn is from 0 to 7 degrees of Aries, yes, you might feel your Saturn return starting, especially if you are in that earlier degree range, 0, 1, or 2, maybe even 3, you could feel your Saturn return starting. But it's not going to peak for you until Saturn is exactly on your natal Saturn. That is the Saturn return. When Saturn returns to the same part of your chart it was in the sky when you were born. And it definitely doesn't last 3 years. This is what my whole YouTube video was about, the true timing of Saturn return. I included receipts and examples in the video. Saturn return truly only lasts total time of like 10 to 12 months. And generally you'll have a break of like 3 to 4 months. So you could be really feeling it for 4 to 5 months, and then you'll have 3 to 4 months of not feeling it so much. And then you might feel it again for 2 to 3 more months, depending on your Saturn. Again, this all really depends on what's going on in your personal chart. And generally when people are feeling a lot of intense things and change in their life, and life is just feeling really rough and tough at 27, really all the way up to 30 and even after 30, that's because of other things happening in the natal chart that usually all just get chalked up to Saturn return, but they're not Saturn return. And knowing what they are and understanding what they are can really help you understand what is happening for you and why. These transits I'm referring to are the nodal opposition, the Pluto sextile Pluto, the progressed lunar cycle coming to a close. I've taught classes on all of these inside of my Inner Circle membership, and I recently just realized that another major transit happens around 30, and that can last up to 2 years, and that is the Uranus opposite your natal Pluto transit. That happens around the same time as Saturn return, but usually lasts until way after Saturn's return. And let me tell you, I'm in that right now, and it is intense. But anyways, good news for those of you who have Saturn in Aries 8 degrees or later, your Saturn return is not starting until next year, or maybe even the end of next year or 2027. Again, check your chart. You can Google Saturn return chart calculator to get the exact dates. It could happen more than once because of retrogrades. Don't let these people fool you into thinking that it's going to start next weekend and it's going to last for 3 years. It's just not true. Do you have your Saturn in Aries? Where is it in your chart? Let's chat in the comments.